that case got so much media coverage. By the way, Joseph Rosenbaum, the guy who was killed, one of the people who was killed, he was killed, and it's not a good thing that he did. I'm not a Kyle Rittenhouse fan. But the guys who attacked him obviously came from across state lines as well. And also, we're looking for trouble.
Yeah.
Joseph Rosenbaum, who was killed, was a child molester and had like 5 counts of child rape, one of them being a 5-year-old.
This guy, Carl, he's doing God's work.
You know what I mean? So he was a fucking nightmare. But
he's a hero.
Yeah. Wait till this gets to it. We're just going to get banned from YouTube.
The title of this podcast is going to be Carl Rittenhouse.
Yeah. But
he's a hero.
But yeah. Yeah, no. So yeah, no, I mean, look, I don't feel bad about the people that he killed, but
what about the other two?
But that's the thing.
They were friends to a pedophile killer.
Yeah, none of them were great people. None of them were like a school teacher that volunteered for UNICEF or anything like that.
There was no Big Brother program going on that afternoon.
Yeah.
Where he's just like trying to help out like his two buddies.
Yeah, sorry, Carl, I can't come. I got to defend Kenosha. Play.
This wasn't a Make-A-Wish.
Yeah. So yeah, just wait till we see ourselves on the news. Carl Rittenhouse was doing God's work. Josh Jones of New Zealand speaks out. You know what I mean?
But like, how do you like quote for someone?
Yeah, exactly.
What's your name?
Yeah.
He's a hero.
They'll like fuck it up. It's just like James Jones. You know what I mean?
Jimmy Jackson.
Yeah.
That fucking Jimmy Jackson. That New Zealand.
Yeah, he grew up where I grew up. And yeah, it was really cool. I've never met him. I've never even seen him. I saw him once at a bus.
He's not funny.
But
straight to the camera.
But yeah. No, so the Carl Rittenhouse case. So much media coverage. Ghislaine Maxwell, right hand to a guy who ran a pedophile ring, Jeffrey Epstein, who allegedly hung himself in a cell. No media coverage. It's all about the Omicron.
Give the people the news.
It's not even going to be filmed. The Carl Rittenhouse trial was filmed by the media because you can just go to court.
Yeah.
Like you don't need a reason. Like you can there's benches and shit.
Oh
you can just go to court.
Me and my buddies, me and my buddy Ryan. That was our like Wednesday thing at like 10 o'clock or something like that. Because court wasn't until Wednesday in Plymouth. Yeah. So some people would stay fucking like 2 days in jail, not jail, sort of like whatever it was. Fucking they would stay in the cells for like a couple of days.
Yeah, right.
And so we go and see all those cases on Wednesdays, dude.
Right.
It was fucking fun, man.
Fun fact. Apparently,
great stuff.
Shortland Street. Specifically,
unfortunately, I fucking do.
Yeah. All of those series apparently like Shortland Street, but specifically Coronation Street, you do wonder how the fuck did they across 50 years or whatever that it's been on? Because my nana used to watch it. My dad's mom loved Coronation Street.
I grew up watching it, dude. Even the song was like depressing.
Yeah, and that black
like,
cat.
What are you doing watching this shit? Like with a depressing fucking theme tune.
Yeah, that black cat was like that's been immortalized because he's just on that fucking like on that retaining wall.
These horrible, disgusting looking like houses.
And like the house
that I used to live in.
And it's a vibe. But apparently, like you do wonder, like how the fuck across 50 years do they keep coming up with stories and storylines? They would go down to the local courts. The writers would go to the local courts. They would listen to the stories and be like, yeah, that sounds fucking cool. That sounds interesting. This is people's lives, like, and then they would write it into the story. They would write down what happened in the court case and they would write it out. And those would become stories. So for decades, they were just going down to the local courts. Oh, okay, so he cheated on his wife and then she cheated on him.
And so he killed her.
Yeah, and then they both slept with the person. They cheated on each other with the same person and they had a threesome and then one killed the other.
There was an STI involved.
Yeah.
And a cat.
Yeah, and then one coughed on the other and then the Omicron happened. So like, yeah, it's just, it's fucking wild. Like,
yeah, Coronation sucks. I agree. And Carl's a hero. Carl's a hero. He went across state lines. New headline. Carl Rittenhouse goes across state lines. Undercover as a 12-year-old girl. He has his own Chris Hansen sting operation. He's been inspired by Chris for decades. You know, we've all seen To Catch a Predator. Apparently, but no one in fucking New Zealand. I like a decent.
That was such a good show.
Chris Hansen joke.
If you really want to like, there's such a good series. There's a guy called Mr. Gigi. He's got the Predator Chronicles, and where he basically like comments on To Catch a Predator, and it's so fucking funny.
Love it.
So yeah,
sounds fun. Yeah. So Carl Rittenhouse. What do you call it? Goes undercover over state lines as a 12-year-old girl to catch
a predator. Yeah,
to catch a predator.
You know what'd be
and
funny?
You know what? You fucking did.
You know what'd be funny is like an edit of to cap a predator, and it's like it's Carl Rittenhouse with the rifle.
Yeah.
You know,
man, it would have been such a different. Nah, he would have gone. He would have gone away though.
Yeah,
he would have gone away.
I don't really support anybody in that. I don't support anybody in that whole thing. I mean,
that's not what this podcast sort of precludes to.
Yeah. No.